Welcome back to Bet with the Boys.
What is going on, guys?
It is Saturday, September the 10th video. It is actually Friday right now. Throwing this video out a day in advance so y'all can get the picks in. And y'all already have one of the picks in. If y'all have been watching the previous videos in the MLB, we threw out the Tennessee pick, but we're going to go over it again, and we got 2 additional picks.
Yes, so we're going to start out 3 college football games, 3 winners, I do believe.
Yep. If you haven't, check out that MLB video. It just got posted like a few minutes ago, and now we're here with the college football pick. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,100 subs.
Absolutely. So, guys, we're going to Alabama. Minus 20 at Texas, 12 p.m. game. It's minus 110 odds on Superbook. Alabama is a juggernaut. They said last year when they lost in the national championship, it was a rebuild year. That's hilarious if you believe that. But Alabama versus Texas, Steve Sarkisian as the head coach of Texas, former offensive coordinator at Alabama during Mac Jones' era. And, Nick Saban has no trouble for beating his former, assistants under him. And this is going to be no different. Alabama's just too stacked in the trenches, offensive and defensive line. Texas is a couple years away, I think, from being a real contender. They are going to be in the SEC in 2025, and this is just a matchup of what's going to happen when they get to the SEC. Alabama minus 20 easily.
Yeah, Alabama's going to overwhelm. They don't know what they got coming. Alabama, I want to say that they didn't even prepare for that game against Utah State last week. I think they were probably looking at Texas the whole offseason. So, pick number 2, this is the one you already have if you've been watching the videos. We're taking our Tennessee Volunteers over 18.5 first half points against Pittsburgh. That's minus 105 odds on DraftKings. It is a 3:30 game. Tennessee has got the best offense in the country in points. 22.6 first half points per game last season. We took them last week to cover 2, and they hit that. We hit the first quarter and the first half. No different this week. We're taking another first half over 18.5. I know you were about to say something, so go ahead.
Well, Pittsburgh is a better team than people think. They are number 17, even though they did lose Kenny Pickett and their number 1 wide receiver from a year ago. But I think they're a little bit overrated, and it doesn't really matter. Like you said, our team averaged 22.6 points a game last season in the first half, and that's against Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, all these SEC defenses. So, and we last year against Pittsburgh, we did play them. The score was 41-34. Hendon Hooker did not even start that game. He came in during the first quarter and led us to 34 points. I think he's going to do even better this year. The offense is running even more efficiently. So yeah, 18.5 in the first half is an easy lock for us. Also take a look at the over in the first quarter. That's just a lean. The official pick is 18.5.
Yeah, Tennessee did miss multiple deep balls. They had guys running wide open. Quarterback just overthrew him, and that's when Hendon Hooker got his start. But Tennessee runs a lot of offense. For y'all that don't know, they don't huddle. They run plays and take a lot of deep shots. So that's why they're scoring so much. And the last pick, we got Notre Dame. Minus 20.5 versus Marshall. That's a 2:30 game. Minus 110 odds. Everywhere, pretty much. You can find that anywhere. Notre Dame did lose last week to Ohio State. They got humbled, Ohio State is a great team. Say the least about them. But I think they're going to take out all their frustration on Marshall tomorrow. And Notre Dame is at home, like I said.
This is in typical Notre Dame fashion, always losing to the best teams, but they whoop up on these smaller teams. They'll probably go 11-1 this year and then, get beat in the playoffs by another good team. But for now, ride Notre Dame against these crappy teams. Marshall, it's just way weaker at every position. Notre Dame always gets some great recruits. Their defense coordinator from last year when they had Brian Kelly is the head coach now, and I think they're going to do a great job.
Yeah, Marshall's had a lot of team problems as well. We're fading them against. I think you're getting Notre Dame at great value here because they did lose the opening week to Ohio State. 20.5 is just a little bit too low. So that's the 3 best picks. We'll do a quick recap. We got Alabama minus 20 at Texas, 12 p.m. game, minus 110 on Superbook. We got Tennessee's first half over team total points, over 18.5 versus Pittsburgh, minus 105 odds on DraftKings, 3:30 game. Then we got Notre Dame minus 20.5 versus Marshall, 2:30 p.m., minus 110. All across the board. So it's the 3 best bets you are going to find.
Exactly. And I have a couple leans. I have USC minus 7.5 against Stanford. They are on the road. That's why we stay away from it. But I think USC is probably going to cover that.
Yep.
And then I have Florida minus 6.5 against Kentucky. I think they're going to beat them. But again, lean.
Yep. And the NFL Survivor Week 1, we did enter the DraftKings $100 entry contest to win $1 million. Like I said, we're going to be millionaires after this, but Week 1, we're taking the Ravens over the Jets as our official NFL Survivor Week 1 pick.
Yes, it's Joe Flacco will be starting for the Jets against his former team in the Ravens. And let's just say I think they're better off at the quarterback position with Lamar Jackson than an old Joe Flacco. And the Ravens are always great in the first week of the season.
You're talking about Joe Flacco was a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, about 10 years ago.
But yeah, this is for Saturday, September 10th. Go ahead and get these bets in before the lines change, because I'm sure they will. We're all over it, got great value. So let's try to go 3-0, and make sure you guys watch the MLB picks for today. So
yes, absolutely.
all right, we'll see you on the next one. Bet responsibly. Always bet with the boys.
Adios.